If you're new to my channel, what I want you to do right now is subscribe to my channel and to also book with me a one-on-one intuitive mentorship reading and a business psychic reading or generic psychic reading. What you've been told about money and earning is a lie. Like, I was heavily brainwashed since I was a kid for certain things. And that's because, if I go more into the story, you would realize it's a very heavily toxic, you know, group of people, aka my family. So the way that I was brainwashed to think about career, success, money, just like earning money, how much you have to sacrifice, is completely not the case. And I've turned it over in 360 degrees. The truth is, you can earn money easily. Nobody just tells you why and how. The truth also is that the world and capitalism is heavily wired into everybody. People only value you for the services that you provide and for the money that you earn and the status that you have and the big nice house that you have and the nice car that you have. So it's like people flex because they really want the validation, but that validation is sourced through something very true to your ego for selfish reasons. It's not truly because of your happiness. The true happiness that people want to feel is belonging, worthiness, and acceptance. These three things. But that does not always come from 9 to 5 structure, hustle culture, capitalism, modern day society. Now let's get into the backstory of how I started my journey and how you could learn from it. The backstory is that I graduated in like New York with a degree in math, and it was okay. Like, I like some things about the subject as it is, and I was always told, find something for stability, security, like something you can use. But did I enjoy every aspect of it? Not that much, honestly. There were some parts that were like completely not aligned with my interests, and there were certain things that I wanted to make interdisciplinary and align them better. But there was less flexibility, less acceptance for the innovativeness that I had, and it was overall very tough to find alignment in many ways. So I just thought, okay, I'm multifaceted. Can I actually fit the paradigm that modern day society is in now? To be honest, when you're multifaceted, you have multiple interests, or you're just naturally creative, maybe you don't know yet, here's what you do. You just have a lot of tools in your toolkit, and you can find ways to creatively make money from them. That's the shortcut. And 9 to 5 and hustle culture, they just amplify, everything is black and white because this is how men think. This is not how women are inherently. And this is a man's paradigm. It is how do they think and function and make money. And some of them also still don't have the best outcomes from it. Another thing is that people choose careers as per a whitewashed mentality. This is something I've observed for numerous years. We look at safety in terms of capitalism. What is capitalism backed by? Capitalism is backed by white supremacy. It's backed by the patriarchy. That's why after I graduated, at least for 6 months to a year, I was in a legitimate culture shock. I was like, oh my God, the world is definitely against women. I started researching about finance culture in Manhattan. I started seeing how the finance culture in Manhattan and DC were both very similar, where, it was like women were the commodity. Women had to be sold in some way or the other with their sexual appeal that would make the firm more money. And I saw this through friends that I saw that I was like, how can you not wake up? How can you not observe the world around you? Like, these are inherently against women. It's like the default human condition is misogyny. It's against women. It's against the idea of how women are purposeful on this planet. But we are the original leaders who have a purpose, who actually create wealth and income and impact from what we do. We're just completely strayed away from it. We're strayed away from it so much that we don't know how to make money from within. We think it's all an external chase that we have to get the coin. So my undergrad life was pretty shitty that way. I was extremely burnt out. I lost sense of what is creativity? I lost sense of, did I even have hobbies since my childhood? Did I understand what my hobbies like even were? Do I have inherent talents? I felt so talentless. Like it was awful. Like I kept looking at what society wanted, what was the norm, what was the culture, and I never just like went to study because I wanted to enjoy it. I never went to study because I wanted to build something someday. And I just was never creative in a structure that was so rigid. Whereas that is something that I should have added to the tools in my toolkit because, again, when you're multifaceted, you're also extremely misunderstood. I also never felt like I could earn money easily. I never felt that money was something inside of me that had to come out. And when I started my entrepreneurial journey, where I was making money in different streams and different ways, it may have not been a lot to begin with, but it was very satisfying. I had confidence. I knew I could do it on my 2 feet. Any day I just decided to make an income stream, it would work. Like I would start getting clients. So when I started seeing this, I was like, oh, this is an inside thing. And people often assume like, oh, you're Indian, you should love math. You should, be super good at math. You should do this with math and that with math. And you should be a seven-figure earner finance portfolio manager. And I'm just like, no, I don't choose to do this. And I know you can make money in a much better, more feasible way. After all, money and women go hand in hand. If you're struggling to earn money, it's either because you haven't realized your fullest potential, your fullest worth, or that you haven't structured something correctly, or you're not in alignment. But we've been always told, earn and function like a man, go and chase the coin. You do not have to. And so when I was out of alignment, which was most of my life, and definitely from undergrad, a couple years after undergrad, that's when I was like, no, there's something that we're missing, and we have to change the entire game now. I was always also super stressed. I could never manage my stress well. I'm still working on how to deal with stress management because I'm kind of traumatized from that time. And so, like, learning how to see life, perceive life, it was never like any like ease was inherent to my nature. And now that I've slowly been climbing out of it, I'm just like, where the hell have I been? Like, this is so not right. And so with that job market and how I have come and crawled out of, scarcity mode and different ideas related to magnetism and feminine energy, internal, understanding and energetics, I have realized that whatever paradigm that is for hustle culture is not meant for women. And we could do so much better if we just believe in ourselves. The world truly knocks our potential down. It is, always testing our worth, confidence. I've also had a ton of, stories and, understanding of how to do business. Comment down below if you want next video on that. I will definitely do a video of my entrepreneurial journey as it is. So I've understood how people function, like people dynamics, behaviors, how do hierarchies work with women in this society. And I've learned that business truly is the way. Business truly is the way to also build income, build your status. Social media is the way to build status. And it is a completely different paradigm than what people have taught me and others, and learning from a calm nervous system makes us more money. Our feminine energy always makes us more money. And that is all that I have today.